Fowl, poultry, pea-brained. Chickens go by many names. They are oftentimes thought of as some of the dumbest birds in the world due to their lack of, well, anything in their heads. However, there is much more to them than meets the eye. These birds have a long and ancient history. According to an article from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, chickens are presumed to be descendants of multiple variations of the jungle fowl, such as the gray, green, and especially the red ones. They originated in the Southeast Asian and Oceanian continents, and were especially common in areas near India. The start of their domestication is argued upon amongst many, with some saying it began around 3,000 years ago, and others saying it began around 8,000 years ago. No matter which one you believe is a more accurate estimation, chickens have been used as a valuable resource for humans for a very long time. Realizing their agricultural benefits, chickens soon were distributed throughout the world. Now that we've covered their origins, let's talk about how they are used today. As you may already know, one of their primary uses is egg laying. We use eggs in some way in almost everything we eat. Foods like pastries, ice cream, and even marshmallows have eggs in them. Because they are utilized often, there's a large amount produced annually. A study done by the United States Department of Agriculture, also known as the USDA, showed that 94.2 billion table eggs were produced in the United States during 2023. Another way that we use chickens is their byproducts. Obviously, a great deal of people cook chicken meat and eat it, but what about the parts that are not consumed? Well, many of them turn into byproducts. For example, food for other animals, such as dogs, is likely to have some sort of chicken meat inside of it. Surprisingly, their litter has quite the multitude of uses, considering what it is. For instance, it can be turned into energy. It also can be a good food source for other animals, specifically cattle. A more well-known benefit of their feces, however, is that they are oftentimes used as a fertilizer. An article from the University of Nevada noted that, quote, compared to other manures, chicken manure and the associated litter are higher in nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and calcium, and are also rich in organic matter. These are all crucial ingredients for a good fertilizer. For these reasons, many farmers favor chicken droppings when it comes to helping their plants grow. Chickens have become one of the most owned livestock animals in the United States. A publication from the National Institutes of Health explained that 13% of American households own backyard chickens. There are many advantages, but also disadvantages to this lifestyle. Some of the advantages are, when compared to other farm animals, they require only a small portion of feed. Since they lay relatively frequently, owners have a rapid return of their investments. They do not need lots of land, which is beneficial for those who live in more suburban environments. Some of the disadvantages are, chickens are very prone to diseases and therefore can die easily if their owners are not careful. Their habitats, or better known as their coops, can be very costly and a huge initial investment. They are at a high risk of being hunted by predators, making it difficult to keep them safe. And finally, they have a very strong odor that may be unbearable for some potential owners. Chickens have so much more to them than just their stupidity. They have a history, help create many products for our use, and are overall an important part of our cultures. I hope you learned a little bit more about chickens and their influence on our lives. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye.